So it's finally fall, my favorite time of the year. And although the weather hasn't changed that much here in Florida, I like to pretend it has. And one of those things that I do to pretend it has is to go ahead and pull out my fall fragrances. So I'm super excited to come on here and share with you guys 10 fragrances that I'm excited to wear this fall. If you're interested, then just stay tuned. Before we actually get into the fragrances, I wanted to introduce myself for those of you who may be new here. My name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. So if those are things that you're into, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe now. And while you're at it, go ahead and thumbs up and go ahead and press that notification bell so you get notified every time I make a new video. For those of you who are returning, hey, welcome back. Thank you again for watching. Now let's get into the 10 fragrances. So all of the fragrances that I'm going to share with you today are ones that were not mentioned in my previous 2 haul videos. So please make sure you check those out. Especially my last haul video. That video was full of fall and winter fragrances. So of course I'm excited to wear those, but I didn't want to make the same video twice. So these fragrances that I'm going to share are ones that I got either during the summer or the spring, or I got them maybe at the end of the winter and just didn't get a chance to wear them very much. So that's what this video is focusing on. 10 fragrances that I haven't worn very much or that I was saving for fall, winter. So first one, and these are in no particular order, I'm just grabbing out of my bag. So the first one I pull out is this pretty bottle. And this is from Annick Goutal. This is Nuit et Confidences. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I ended up getting this one last year, I believe, or maybe early this year. But this is a vanilla scent that is more of a boozy vanilla. Yes, so this is a boozy vanilla that definitely has some spices in it. And although it's like heavy and dark, it's not too heavy and too dark, if that makes sense. So even though I've been saving this for fall or winter, I probably could get away with this year round at night. This one is just really nice to smell. It is sweet, but it's not sugary sweet. It's just like smooth, sweet vanilla with those spices in it that really helps to balance it out. I actually think this one would layer well. I initially got this because I heard it was similar to Guerlain Spirituiste Double Vanille. I've never smelled that, and that one is expensive. This one is not cheap, but it's nowhere near the price of that. And I really, really love the bottle on this. So I've only worn this probably like twice, but it is so beautiful. I'm so glad that I'm doing this video because it's I haven't even smelled some of these scents recently. So I'm super excited to play around with these and wear them some more this fall. The next fragrance is kind of a popular one here on YouTube, but this is from Replica, and this is By the Fireplace. So I always say that this fragrance reminds me of the Marshmallow Fireside candle from Bath & Body Works, which just so happens to be my favorite, my favorite candle from there of all time. For the last probably like 3 or 4 years, it's been my favorite candle. And that's what this smells like. Now I know a lot of people don't want to smell like a candle, but honestly, I'm here for it. This smells like a campfire where you're roasting marshmallows and chestnuts. I've never had a chestnut, but I can imagine that that's what this smells like. But this is just so, so good. Now, I will say you kind of have to be careful with this one. It is like beast mode, and if you go in too much, you will disturb the people around you. I'll just be honest with you. But if you go kind of light-handed with this and don't overdo it, it's really, really nice, and it just makes you feel warm and cozy. Now, I will say I got this, I think at the end of last year, I'm not sure. I did wear it around my house a bit because I love the scent of it so much. But as far as wearing it out, I haven't worn it that much because y'all know I live in Florida. And I do definitely feel like this is only good for cold weather or cool to cold weather. You can't do this when it's hot outside at all. It will probably give you a headache and those around you. But this is really, really nice. And I know it's popular, but it's popular for a reason. I've actually never smelled it on anybody else, but I know it's popular here on YouTube. So Next up is one from Tom Ford, and this is actually one that's newer to my collection. I actually did a review on this, so make sure you check it out. I will link it. But this is Tom Ford Black Orchid Parfum. And no, Black Orchid is not new to me, but the parfum is new to me, and I am super excited to get some more wear out of this fall. This is a very hard scent to describe, along with the original Black Orchid. But what makes this one different from the original is that this one is more of a boozy scent. So you definitely smell that booziness along with the dark, deep florals that Black Orchid is known for. Black Orchid has a ton of notes. This one doesn't list as many notes, but I'm quite sure they're in there. They're just not listed. So it's really hard to explain, but to me, this one is so good. And to me, this one is a bit more of that boozy, fruity, like fruit cake scent added into the regular Black Orchid, if you know what I mean. Oh my gosh, this one is so good. The other one is so good as well. I love both. I don't think you need both, and I kind of covered that in my video, so check that out if you want more information. But for now, I'm super excited to get some wear out of this one this fall. The next fragrance is one that I don't hear that much about, and this is from the brand Panna London. This is called Strawberry Delight. So I've had this for a while, but honestly I haven't worn it very much because it definitely needs cold weather. It is a super sweet strawberry and chocolate type scent, and you can definitely overdo it with this. I love this fragrance. And I'm actually thinking about doing like an overview of Panna London, of some fragrances that I have from them and some samples that I have. So if that's something y'all want to see, let me know. But this fragrance is, like I said, strawberry and chocolate. It is super sweet and super syrupy, and it literally lasts all day. This is a very literal scent. So if you don't like the smell of strawberry, or you don't like the smell of chocolate, this is not for you. But if you want to walk around smelling like, ooh, it's like, what are those cherries called? It's like cordial cherries, where they're kind of dipped in boozy liqueur, I think. It's like that, but with strawberry, if that makes sense. So it's almost like a boozy strawberry chocolate. It is so good, y'all. And it smells like nothing I've ever smelled before, like as far as a fragrance goes. It's very like intoxicating. I sniff this one a lot. I don't wear it a lot because, like I said, it can be a bit much, especially in the hot weather. But when it gets cool, I will be pulling this out. I cannot wait to wear this. It's super good, super long lasting, as are the other fragrances that I've tried from Panna London. So if that's, let me know if that's something y'all want to see, and if so, I will do a video talking about Panna London. The next fragrance is one that has become really popular here on YouTube, but honestly, I don't know if it lives up to the hype. So the reason I'm excited to wear this one this fall is because I really need to see, is this worth the hype? Is this as good as everybody says? So the fragrance that I'm talking about is from Jean-Paul Gaultier, and this is called La Belle. Now I just hear so many people raving about this, and it's pear, vanilla, and vetiver are the notes listed for it, I believe. And it is sweet, but not super sweet. Like, this is not, some of the JPG fragrances like Scandal, I feel like is so sweet that it could turn a lot of people off. This is not like that. This one is really well blended. I think the pear just really helps to brighten this up so that it's not like a syrupy mess on your skin, because the pear is like a bright pear, and then the vanilla and vetiver kind of help balance that out. So I think it's a really well done fragrance, but the way people are talking about this, I feel like I should love it more. So I'm hoping that this fall, when it gets a little bit cooler and I can kind of play around with this more, that I will fall in love with it. So this one is one that I'm excited to wear because I'm really not sure about it. But we'll see at the end of the fall if this turns into a favorite of mine. Like I said, I really like the way it smells, but I honestly haven't worn it much because I just feel like it's too much for hot weather. But it is really nice, and it is one that I keep sniffing over and over, so I do think I'm gonna end up falling in love with it. This next fragrance is one that kind of veers away from my theme, But this is a fragrance that I have owned for a while, but I only wear it during the fall and winter. Generally, this is my Thanksgiving fragrance like every year, and if you've followed my channel for a while, and I know you've heard me talk about it, this is from Jo Malone and it's Ginger Biscuit. So if you want to smell like a gingerbread cookie, this is for you. It smells like gingerbread. You can smell the spices in it, like nutmeg and cinnamon, and then you also smell the ginger, but it's a sweet gingerbread cookie. Oh my gosh. So even though this is not new to my collection by any means, this is something that I will not wear at any time of the year except for fall and winter. So I'm super excited to be able to wear this again, y'all. And I know some of you probably are not seasonal with your fragrances, but I am, and you don't have to be. You wear what you want when you want, but for me, I enjoy having seasonal fragrances. So it's not like I couldn't wear this, but I like to keep it for this time of year. So I'm super excited to wear this again. It's so good. This is my favorite Jo Malone fragrance, I believe. I mean, it's kind of at a tie for #1, but it's one of my top 2 favorite Jo Malone fragrances. It's so good. And this is actually a bit more long lasting than some of the other Jo Malone fragrances. Forgot to mention, that one is limited edition, but it comes back generally every year around like Thanksgiving, so keep an eye out for it. They've been bringing it back for like the past 3 years. So the next fragrance is one that I've actually done a review on, and this one is from Tom Ford, and it is none other than Rose Prick. And let's just talk about this bottle. This bottle is everything. This is everything. I love the matte pink. The pink is like my favorite color, so I love this. But bottle aside, this is a beautiful, like spicy, sexy rose fragrance that's deep and dark and different. It is a Tom Ford rose. It is not your grandmother's rose. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but I think we all get what that means. So please don't take offense to that statement, but this is not like an old school, old fashioned rose. This is a new school Tom Ford rose, and I'm here for it. Not the biggest fan of rose, but this is one I can get down with. If you love super classic roses, you may not like this one because that's not what this is. But if you're not the biggest rose lover, but you do like a little rose here and there, but you really like deep, dark, incensey type scents, then you need to smell this. I love this one. Cannot wait to get some more wear out of this in the cold weather. So speaking of rose, I have another rose fragrance to share with you guys, and I've never actually shared it with you on this channel, but it is a super popular one, and this is none other than Parfums de Marly Delina exclusive. And again, the bottle, it is beautiful. So this one is gorgeous. It is like a vanilla rose with, I don't know if oud is actually a note in this, but it is definitely a darkened rose sense, if that makes sense. It's not as like deep, dark, and spicy as a Tom Ford. This one to me is probably more appropriate for year round than a Tom Ford would be, but it is still not a light, fluffy rose either. It's more of a creamy, almost a gourmand take on a rose. This one is really good, y'all. So even though I think this fragrance is probably good year round, I haven't worn it that much, and probably because it's just been super hot, y'all. But I'm thinking that now that the weather is cooling down, I do want to like really get some use out of it, because I always go back to it in my collection and smell it, but I just don't wear it. And I almost feel like I'm saving it for special occasions, but I don't like to be that person. So I am really going to put an effort to wear this, because I didn't get it just for the bottle. I really like the smell of this, and I think it's gonna really shine during the fall winter. And actually, this is one of my longest lasting fragrances. I haven't worn it a ton, but I've worn it a little bit to work, and it literally lasts all day. I can smell it all day, and I'm really happy with this fragrance, and I can't wait to wear it some more. So the next fragrance I actually feature in my Fragranza brand overview video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. I also had a discount code for them. I'm not sure if it's still active, but I'll leave it down below just in case. But I honestly could have picked several. There were like 3 that I was looking at, wanting to include in this video. But I narrowed it down to one, and this is the one that I'm most excited to wear this fall, and it is none other than Ocean. So Ocean is supposed to be a dupe for Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune. I've never smelled that, but if it smells like this, then it's amazing. This is so good, y'all. So this is, gosh, this is spicy and it's sweet, but it's done in a way that a man or a woman could wear it. I don't know that it would be necessarily a gourmand, but it has some gourmand elements to it. So I definitely smell something like cinnamon or nutmeg and maybe tobacco, but it also smells like there's a bit of like apple pie, an apple pie accord in it or something. But this is so good, y'all. This is amazing. So this is one that I keep like sniffing, y'all. I cannot put this down as far as sniffing it, but I haven't really had the chance to wear it out yet because, like I said, this is like a cold weather scent. So yeah, this one is really nice. I would highly recommend it. But yeah, this one is just amazing, amazing, amazing. And I definitely could see a man wearing this for sure. Definitely. So we're finally at the last fragrance, and this one is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Grand Soir. Look at this beauty. And to me, this looks how it smells. It is rich and warm and ambery, oh, and spicy and so smooth, so smooth. I think what sets this apart from other like ambery scents is definitely the smoothness, the blending of this fragrance. It smells expensive, y'all. My friend, I let her try, I gave her a sample of this, and she said she liked it, but then she was like, kind of smells like a rich old lady. And I was like, okay, I guess I could see that. I don't agree, but it definitely smells rich. This definitely smells rich, and it definitely is not for hot weather. It's a little bit too heavy for that. I don't know, this just gives me something. Like, this makes me want to walk around with my chest poked out. Like, this is, it smells rich, y'all. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells rich. And it just makes me feel some sort of way when I wear it. It's really beautiful. I definitely think it's unisex. I don't think it leans masculine or feminine, to be honest. I feel like anybody could pull it off equally as well, and I really like this one, y'all. So I know Baccarat Rouge 540 is the most popular, but honestly for fall, if you haven't smelled this, get your nose on it, get your nose on it. Look at this beautiful bottle. It looks how it smells, rich and luxurious and amazing. So that's it for the 10 fragrances that I'm super excited to wear this fall. Let me know your #1 fragrance that you're excited to wear this fall down below. Also, let us know if you're a seasonal fragrance person or you just don't care, you wear whatever you want, whenever you want. So let us know. I'm interested to know. Let's have a conversation in the comments. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Please make sure to thumbs up this video and share this video if you're so inclined. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.